Brent, lovely to meet you. Whereabouts are you based?
Hi, Jeff. Yeah, great to be here. So I am in Northern California, maybe 30 minutes north of San Francisco. So working from home.
Beautiful part of the world, guy.
Yeah, it is. We've got some fun diving here in Northern California and also Monterey. There's a lot of great kelp forest diving. So it's all close and easy to get to, which I love.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Are you diving now as this time of year?
Yeah, basically all year round. Every day I can get out there, I'll get out diving. So, we don't have a huge temperature variance in the water. Conditions will change throughout the year, but that's the fun of it. Sometimes you put in all the effort on the beach dives and shore diving, and then you get those good days with epic visibility, and it makes all the effort all year really worth it. So, but it's fun. Every dive's fun. So,
yeah, oh, fantastic. It's been outrageous here. I mean, we've had gales and storms. I think we've had 4 now, and it's just a mess out there.
It is. It is. I guess it's different for everybody in the different seasons.
Yeah.
But we're appreciating it here. That's for sure.
Excellent. I was just looking at your title at the email, and I'm sure you must get asked this a lot. I don't know. Brand Evangelist at Scubapro. Evangelist, it's not a word that I've ever associated with anything other than religious tones.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Can you tell us how that came about and what exactly it means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working in the dive industry prior to Scubapro, and Scubapro was looking to fill the role that I'm in now. But basically, one of the major things I'm tasked with doing is working with our global dive team, with our brand ambassador program, and then working with a lot of our content development and digital content development. So in a way, I'm looking after how we're representing the brand through content creation and the creative process. As I guess the big piece of my role. And of course, there's lots of other stuff that kind of ancillary to that or that rolls up into that. But yeah, for the bottom line would be big focus is that global dive team program and content. Yeah, and how the brand works through all of that. So it is an interesting title.
Well, yes, it is. I'm still a little unclear how you got to the word evangelist.
Yeah, so I think evangelizing the brand is sort of a super, I guess you'd call a super ambassador, or just someone who is really supportive of the brand. So the term brand evangelist, I think, is the next step, and that's my job. But of course, you can have people of all capacities evangelizing for a brand. So it could be someone who bought their first pair of fins and they're out there talking to their friends and they're evangelizing for the product. And they're out there, they're vocal, they're supporting their reasons for the purchase and all of that, and really creating that buzz and that community influence and that community conversation. And that community could be at the local dive center meeting. It could be on the group drive trip. It could be with new friends on the liveaboard. It could be, anything in between there on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even. So I think just evangelizing for the products and the brands is just really important and a big piece of marketing and brand communication these days. So being able to try to rein that in and control that and really, I don't want to say take advantage of that, but just really help foster that creativity is more and more important in marketing today. So I think me having that title of brand evangelist really helps keep an eye on all of that and what's happening, and how can we just facilitate people having these conversations about our products, which we trust, we know, we love. They're all saying great stuff. So how do we just facilitate that and emphasize that? And that's basically the underlying emphasis of my role and having that title.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's great. I have to say, I've never come across it before. It's
right.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I like it. I got introduced to you by Susan from Johnson Outdoors. Can you just tell us what's the relationship between Johnson Outdoors and Scubapro?
Yeah, so Johnson Outdoors is our parent company, if we want to phrase it like that. But Johnson Outdoors owns a number of outdoor sporting goods brands. So basically getting people outdoors, whether it's camping, hiking, fishing, scuba diving, anything like that, kayaking, canoeing, all that sort of thing. So just as an overall company, we have a huge emphasis on getting outdoors, enjoying the outdoors environment, protecting the outdoors environment, and scuba diving and Scubapro is one big piece of that equation and of that outdoor passion. So we have the great opportunity to work worldwide with Scubapro. As Johnson Outdoors. And we've got offices with Suzanne over there in Europe and over in Hong Kong and a number of other places around the globe. So it's really exciting to have the overall mission to get people outside, to live those healthy lifestyles and enjoy and protect the ocean, get out there and get some salt water on your face. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to hear. Conservation and just looking after our oceans is, well, it's crucial to our future now. It's come to a point where we can't, or nobody can ignore it anymore. And it seems to me, diving and the diving business has really taken a bit of a hit over the last few years. I think it's certainly slowed down. Are you at Scubapro still producing new items?
Absolutely. So we took advantage of all the COVID related issues to really step on the gas pedal and continue to research and create new products, innovative products, and those premium products that we're really known for. It's not an excuse to wave the flag for us anyways and stop with the creative development process and that research and development. So yeah, we've had the wheels turning on a number of products in a number of product categories, and we'll be seeing a lot of that stuff coming out over the next years, but some great stuff coming out as soon as the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months. And we're just really continuing to drive that product innovation. So we're moving full speed ahead in that capacity.
Can you tell us about one of the products, one of your new products?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the flagship products that we wanted to talk about is the new Seawing Supernova Fin. So this is a high performance fin, and I have one next to me here, that builds off of the success of our Seawing Nova Fin. So we're familiar with that Seawing Nova Fin as just being a very iconic high performance fin over the last number of years. So the Seawing Supernova here takes that fin to the next level. And basically you can see the iconic pivot control technology. So this split and then the blade that's a bit separated from the foot pocket. Maybe get some contrast here. And that's that iconic look of that Seawing Nova fin that you've seen in so many different colors: black, white, pink, yellow, blue, camouflage. And this is just the next version of it that's just top of the line high performance fin here. So I could get talking about all the specs and some of the highlights and the features and benefits. But I've actually been diving it for the last couple of months with 3 mil wetsuits, 7 mil wetsuits, dry suits, and I'm really loving it and really excited to keep talking about the fin.
Excellent. Well, I've been using the Seawing Nova for some years, and I just love it. I mean, it's almost changed my diving. It's just so easy to use. You've used this one. You've obviously used the predecessor. Mm-hmm. So what, in real terms, of somebody that's using it, is going to be different with the new fin?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, like I alluded to there, we have that same pivot control technology. So you see the notches here where the blade will flex separately from the foot pocket as you're kicking. And that's what gives you that high performance in the Seawing Nova fin. And that's what gives you that powerful drive when you're kicking, especially with a scissor kick or a flutter kick. So one of the key features here with the Seawing Supernova is a feature we call auto adjust thrust. So if you can see here in the center of the blade here, as I press, I'm trying to show that, you can see that panel flexing. So what that does is it's a very, very flexible, but still tough and resilient membrane. So it adjusts the angle of attack as you're kicking and moving the fin forward or up through your kick stroke. This membrane is going to flex. And what that does is it delivers kicking efficiency. So if you're kicking at a slow, leisurely pace, enjoying the reef, looking at clownfish, it's going to create just a nice, easy, relaxing kick for you. But then at the same time, once you want to move a little faster, go catch up with the dive guide or get into a little current, this membrane is going to flex more as you're kicking harder and adjust that angle of attack of the blade moving through the water and deliver more thrust. So one of the ways we're experiencing this fin is it is allowing you to kick easily and relaxing when you're kicking in that capacity. But then when you really want to kick hard, it's going to deliver additional power when you need it. So basically maximum power when you need it. So
it's quite a big fin. What's the overall weight of it?
Oh, I don't know the weight off the top of my head. It's pretty comparable to the Seawing Nova. I would say a touch heavier. And one of the things you will see, and this is sort of one of the other differentiators, and I've got a few to talk through here. But basically the blade is a little larger. We've got the same open heel foot pocket that you're familiar with, the heavy duty bungee here too. That makes this easy to get on. But basically what we have on the blade here, it's more of a rectangular blade than the Seawing Nova. And then there are what we call twin tip winglets. So you can see these winglets at the edge of the fin here on both sides, and the overall design. So what this does is it makes a fin really, really good for frog kicking. So with the Seawing Nova and with the Supernova here, we have a lot of power when we're doing our regular scissor kicking and our flutter kicking. But this fin also really, really performs well with frog kicking. So whether you're frog kicking, shooting macro photography, or in a more technical dive environment with a dry suit and steel tanks and things like that, this will allow you to kick hard in the current, kick to the reef, kick to the wreck, but then also it will allow you to frog kick and get that precise positioning when you're trying to hover in place with horizontal buoyancy and that sort of thing. So versatility is huge. And one of the things I really, really love about the fin, it's sort of one fin that does it all, at least for me, versus switching between various fins depending on what type of dive I'm going to do.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. And then, so you mentioned the size, and this is one of the other fun factors. So this is the overall size of the fin, but it has a socket lock system, which allows it to be separated and come apart.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a really fun piece of it. So if you're going to travel, you can separate the fin and it stacks really nice and easy for packing in your dive bag. And then you can put it together very simply like this. It will connect together. And then you have these socket locks that will click into these pieces right here, just to ensure they're not going to come apart. It wouldn't come apart even without those socket locks. But once you put those locks in, it's secure, it's stable, and it's not coming apart until you want it to pack for travel. And then here you go, it comes apart. So that's fun. And I'll just keep going here too. This is the open heel foot pocket. So what you can do is you can also purchase a closed heel foot pocket. So let's say you don't want to dive booties. You want to dive just with your bare foot or socks and have that full foot fin. You can buy the full foot pocket, combine it with your blade, and now you can have two different foot pockets depending on your diving. So your cooler water or your booty type diving, and then you can have the full foot pocket for diving where you're not wearing booties, you're not worrying about booties. So it's just versatile and goes back to that one fin that sort of does it all in terms of performance, and then in terms of technical features like the foot pocket.
But who actually designs your new product? So let's take the fin for an example. Do you have a team? Do you have one person who's overall looking at stuff? I mean, how does it work? I mean, in many ways, it's a bit like reinventing the wheel. It's one wonders how far you can actually go.
Right. And something as simple as a fin, and you start looking at these products, like how do you design a new fin or a new mask or something that is just, it's hard. It's a hard category to innovate in. Computers, you might think, are easier to come up with features and stuff. But so basically we have a very robust process, and Scubapro products are designed and tested worldwide, but we collect real world feedback from divers, very experienced divers out there. And then we put it through our R&D processes with our designers and look for just the most cutting edge technology in terms of product development and performance development and integrating those features, and just work through that type of process until we get to a prototype. And at that point, the prototype is tested by a number of very, very avid divers who are doing all this type of diving. And we'll go back through those design elements until we get closer to the final product, which of course is what we start taking to market. So it's really a long process, and something that we take a lot of pride in at Scubapro, in the fact we've just designed premium, high quality products that have become the benchmarks. You know, so many of these products are just iconic in the industry, going all the way back to the Scubapro jet fin. So it's not something we take lightly and just want to throw something out there. We certainly take our time and work through all those features and make sure that the products really deliver, and that these fins really deliver, both in terms of just the design elements to the production efficiency and things like sustainability and all of that, wherever we can integrate those types of features, all the way down to everything else, packaging for the dealers, and Scubapro cares, and how do we create that efficient packaging things. So it's a big team effort, basically.
I mean, materials play a huge part in this, of course, and new types of materials being invented all the time. Do you actually wait until a material comes onto the market, or a new source, or do you actually try and put new materials together yourselves?
So basically, the Scubapro tries to get materials that are new to the market. I can't speak for if they're used in other capacities or other industries, but so with the Seawing Supernova fins, this is monprene, the type of rubber material here, and it's the same type of material you'll find in the Hydros Pro BCDs. And then also in the webbing component, or not the webbing, but some of the monprene rubber type components of our S-Tech BCD line with the back plates and wings. But basically this monprene is light, it's tough, it's durable. Obviously on the BCDs, it dries very quickly. So for travel, the thing will dry in an hour and off you go, pack it away and go home. So we try and figure out where we can use these innovative materials. I am actually not sure, in terms of the chemistry, how these things are made or what they've been used for before. But in terms of the dive industry, it's very innovative. And then there's other stuff too. If we get into other product lines, we can look at something like the dope dye process in the material that's in our donut wings for the S-Tech system. And instead of using colors and coming up with red and yellow that's dyed after the material has been created and after the fabric has been created, we're using strictly black because of the dope dyeing process. It's just a little more efficient and sustainable to dye the fabrics before the threads before they're woven into the fabrics. And it's just all those little types of details we're looking at to try and integrate into the products. And if it helps make it a little more sustainable, that's something we're after for sure. And we can look at wetsuit materials and all that type of stuff too. But anywhere we can see something that will work and deliver value and all of that for the diver, then we're all about it and looking for that constantly.
I must say, I just love the Scubapro products. I mean, the materials are great, but I actually find the designs, the look of a lot of Scubapro is just top. It's brilliant. The designs of the suits and the BCDs, great stuff. I love it. When you get customer feedback, which I'm sure you get a lot,
oh yeah,
what's the most thing that the average diver is looking for? I mean, is it durability, comfort, cost? Is there a main factor, or is it just the whole lot?
I think all of those factors play in. And in looking at designing a product, you need to figure out who that audience is. Are they more the casual type diver who just got certified? Are they the avid diver who's going and doing 1 to 2 international trips per year? And then what is the product category? Is this something that people will hold on to for a longer amount of time? And are they willing to invest more for those premium type features? I would say that Scubapro certainly has a history in developing premium high quality products. And we look towards creating the best design and really refining all elements of the design to make the product really high quality and to differentiate it from other products we're currently making that have been staples leading up to that. So we're looking at what people want and trying to interpret what people want in terms of performance characteristics, in terms of durability, in terms of lightweight, and trying to balance those things, right? If something's extremely lightweight, is it going to be as durable? And what is that appropriate threshold to look towards in developing the process? And then what will just meet the consumer expectations or that target consumer expectation, and then how do we put it together at the right price point, right? Because now we're looking at, we could develop the best thing ever, but if it costs, if the cost is prohibitive, then that doesn't really work. So where are those nuances? Where are those balances? Where are those new innovative production technologies we can integrate into these products that help reduce costs and just develop what people are looking for at that time? So basically we're constantly evaluating that feedback and looking at that feedback, and just the product development cycle takes place over time. And there's a lot of that feedback interpretation that goes into step 1. So.
Fantastic. I'm sure a lot of people that watch this in the end will. I know people love to get hold of the manufacturers and ask lots of questions, and
right.
You don't shy away from that. That's great.
We take those questions. We love that. And Scubapro is one of those brands. We've been around since the early 1960s, and basically have a lot of people who will walk up. And for me, since joining the company, it's just so fun to hear people talk about their Mark II regulator. And I've been diving Scubapro for 25 years. I haven't trusted another brand, and Scubapro regulators are the top, or I've only dived jet fins, or just this strong brand loyalty because of the attention we put into the products, and because we listen to what people are looking for in developing the products. I think Scubapro has that long history of supporting the industry and being a part of the industry versus trying to maybe turn around quick products to make a quick profit or something like that. Like we're in it for the long term. We're in it for divers, for avid divers. And I think it shows in what we're doing, and we want to keep it that way. That's for sure.
Fantastic. Brent,
absolutely.
Well, it's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this. Tell me.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Oh, no, absolutely. My pleasure. It's great to hear you talking. It's matter of interest. Are you diving now today?
Not today. It's a Friday, so I'm working. I hope to get out this weekend. And for me, I'd love to bring the camera along. So hope to get out and shoot some photos. And it looks like conditions will be opening up for us. So fingers crossed, we'll have good visibility. That's the plan. And then, always looking towards the next dive trip too, finding some time to get to the warm water. So
fantastic.
Warm
water. Yes, I can only dream about it. There you go.
Exactly.
Brent, once again, take care, and thank you again for taking time.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot, Jeff. And we'll be talking soon. Thanks for having me.
Cheers now.
Bye-bye. All right, bye.